fans, this is Kirk DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning David Avanesian. David Avanesian is fortunate enough to be in the ring and fought two rivals, Terence Crawford and Jaron Boots Ennis, and this is what he had to share with us on who is the harder puncher. And he said this about Terence Crawford. He said Terence Crawford is more of a patient fighter. He waits for openings. He waits for timing. That's how he's able to get you out of there. His counter punches are more crisp, more profound. Whereas Jaron Boots Ennis is more of a busier fighter. He bogs you down with uppercuts and right hooks, left hooks, and all types of other punishment. And he can also hit too. However, Terence Crawford is the heavier puncher, in my opinion. And let me counterpunch. Hey, you can't, that's his opinion. And you know, what's weird about that is, both of those got him out of there in the 5th round, but he quit against Jaron Boots Ennis. He was knocked out cold against Terence Crawford. Those are two different knockouts. TKO, where you quit on the stool before the 6th, and a 5th round knockout. Counterpunch. What does this mean? That makes me want to see Jaron Boots Ennis versus Terence Crawford more. Why? Because for one, based on a common opponent, Avanesian saying, you know what, Boots Ennis is busier. So we've seen Terence Crawford pushed lately when he went to 154 against Madrimov. And a lot of people think, oh, it was close. It was this. It was closer than I thought it was. Madrimov was a good fighter and he was a busy fighter, but he wasn't as busy as I don't think someone like Jaron Boots Ennis would be if Jared got the opportunity to fight Terence Crawford. I think what he would do, I think he would crowd Terence Crawford with all types of pressure, okay? And Terence Crawford would be forced to fight a fight that he may not be comfortable with until he gets angry enough to be comfortable with. That's one thing about Terence. You can also piss him off, and then he's a totally different guy, you know, and then you'll see a change and shift in those gears. And then he comes about, you know, with a punch and a shout. But no, I think Jaron Boots Ennis is definitely the bigger dude. You know what I mean? But then what does that really mean? Well, what do we also know about Jaron Boots Ennis? Well, I think Jaron Boots Ennis is a guy that has a solid chin, okay? And I say this about any fighter with a solid chin, any of them. It's solid till it ain't. What do I mean by that? Well, David Tua, David Izon, Asim Rahman. Who else? Joe Joyce, Julio Cesar Chavez, even Canelo Alvarez. Like a lot of these guys, their chins are good, you know, and solid. Until they're not. Until they get hit with a shot that totally breaks their mainframe, okay? Exposes those nerves. Those nerves will never be the same again in your chin. You know, when pressure points are discovered on you, it's easier to get hit with a shot that hurts you in that regard, okay? So that's how it works. You know, it's not like you get tougher over the years. You may just have a thick skeleton anyway. But once those nerves get revealed and you get hurt or knocked out, Fernando Vargas, another person, it's over with. So the question is, can someone like Boots Ennis take the punching power of Terence Crawford? Because I'll tell you that if he can, if Jaron Boots Ennis can take the punches, he doesn't have to knock out Terence Crawford to beat him. He can beat him just like Terence Crawford beat Madrimov by decision. A lot of people are not looking at it like that. We're looking at who can knock somebody out and who can do this and who can do that. Well, the show must go on until it ends. And it's only a 12-round fight, no matter how you slice it or dice it. But if Jaron Boots Ennis has been the younger guy that's switch hitting. He's able to put these punches together and convince these judges like, well, he's the effective aggressor. And Terence Crawford's just looking for those shots. That would be no different from someone like Jaime Munguia taking on like Gabe Rosado. Gabe Rosado, of course, he's more experienced, but Gabe was old by the time he fought Jaime, right? Jaime was busy because he had the youth on his side, just like Boots would have. And Gabe didn't have that. He just had experience and timing, but his punching power wasn't doing it. So if Terence Crawford doesn't punch hard enough to hurt Jared Boots Ennis may come on through in stride with his youth. But you guys tell me what you think of David Avanesian stating who is the harder puncher between Terence Crawford and Jared Boots Ennis. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch.